highlights. Lagos Assembly Speaker appoints principal officers, pledges transparency and good governance. Police bust illegal weapons factory, arrests cultists and 2 murder suspects. On the foreign scene, Israeli Prime Minister confirms Gaza ceasefire deal with Hamas. In sport, Belgium sacks head coach Tedesco after dismal run. Now the details. I am Taiwo Baruwa. Newly elected Speaker of the Lagos State House of Assembly, Mojisola Meranda, has urged lawmakers to justify the faith reposed in them as guardians of collective trust. Miranda made the call at the maiden plenary she presided over as Speaker of the 10th Assembly, pledging to work tirelessly to uphold the principles of transparency, good governance, and other noble tenets the House stands for. She said the House will work harmoniously with other arms of government to ensure a seamless delivery of dividends of democracy to Lagosians, who are the core focus.
As we begin this new chapter in the history of our Assembly, I want to assure you that our administration will focus on working together for a better Lagos. Therefore, we will work to ensure that irrespective of gender, education, religion, and ethnic background, every Lagos resident is proud to say, I am a Lagosian. The synergy between us and the other arm of government is crucial in the regard for effective governance and democratic development. To achieve this, we must commit to maintaining open lines of communication with the executive, ably led by Mr. Governor, fostering a spirit of cooperation in laudable deeds and mutual respect in our relations.
Miranda said the House will prioritize leaving the past behind and forging ahead and will not dwell on past controversies or disagreement. She stressed that the House will strive to create a more inclusive and participatory democracy where every citizen feels valued, respected, and empowered. The Speaker also announced new principal officers. Temitope Adewale, representing Ifako Ijaye 1 as majority leader. Adedamola Kasumu Ikeja 2 retained his office as deputy majority leader. Setonji David Badagry 2 as chief whip and Ganiu Sani Okolao of Kushofe 1 as deputy chief whip. Our correspondent Abiola Fagbalagun reports that the former speaker Mudashiro Basa was impeached by lawmakers on Monday, January 13, for gross abuse of office and privileges, misappropriation of funds, high-handedness, perpetual lateness to legislative sessions and meetings, amongst other allegations. Lagos State Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture has reiterated its commitment to strengthening the state reputation as Africa's entertainment capital by building on the remarkable success of Dirty December, which drew over 1.2 million fun seekers from Nigeria and the diaspora in 2024. Commissioner for Tourism, Arts and Culture, Toke Benson Awonyika, made this known during a courtesy visit by the founder of Empire Distribution, Records and Publishing Company, USA, Gazi Shami, to her office, highlighting the critical role the entertainment industry played in the success of Dirty December. Benson Awonyika lauded the contributions of music icons such as Wizkid, Burna Boy, Tiwa Savage, Olamide, Adekunle Gold, Sheyi Vibes, and others. She revealed plans to make the 2025 edition even more impactful, aligning with Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu's vision of boosting economic and cultural development through tourism. The Commission acknowledged the strides Lagos State has made in the film and creative sectors, but emphasized the need for similar structured support in the music industry. She announced plans to bridge existing gaps through initiatives such as the establishment of a music academy, talent hunt, and specialized training programs. Osun State Governor Ademola Adeleke has ordered that a curfew be imposed in Ifon and Ilobu, warring communities with immediate effect. This is sequel to another outbreak of another communal misunderstanding in the communities. Commissioner for Information and Public Enlightenment, Kolakwa Alimi, made this known in a statement, noting that the governor approved a 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. curfew to forestall further escalation of the crisis. Now to the rest of the stories. The Nigeria Police Force, NPF, has recorded significant success in its ongoing efforts to combat crime across the country, with the recent busting of an illegal weapon manufacturing factory in Benue State, the arrest of a notorious cultist in Delta State, and the apprehension of 2 murder suspects in Kebbi State. Force Public Relations Officer Olumuyiwa Adejobi, in a statement, says police operatives in Benue State on January 11 raided a weapon manufacturing factory, arresting 2 suspects. In another operation, police in Delta State, acting on credible intelligence, raided the apartment of a notorious confraternity member, Prosper Akeni. A cache of weapon was recovered from his residence, including 1 English revolver pistol, 1 Beretta pistol, 2 locally made double-barrel guns, 2 locally made single-barrel guns, 1 locally made revolver pistol, 1 locally made single-barrel pistol, and 25 rounds of ammunition. Also, police in Kebbi State arrested 2 suspects for separate murder cases on December 31, 2024. The Chief of Defense Staff, Christopher Musa, has tasked men and officers of the Nigerian Armed Forces to ensure that innocent citizens are protected and not to be killed or harmed under any guise. Musa gave the warning during an official working visit to the Nigerian Defense Academy, NDA, in Kaduna State, where he inaugurated several completed projects to improve the welfare and training of cadets. He also asked the cadets and officers to gear up with the dynamic nature of warfare, especially with the emergence of artificial intelligence in the fight against insecurity, warning that the days of officers abandoning their duty post are over and would not be tolerated. On his part, the commandant of NGA, John Ochai, emphasized the importance of leveraging information technology to combat terrorism, banditry, and the other emerging security challenges confronting the country. In foreign news, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says a Gaza ceasefire deal has been agreed with Hamas after overcoming last-minute disputes. Netanyahu's security cabinet is meeting now to vote on the deal, and then the government will have to approve it. Netanyahu says if all finalized, the first hostages are expected to be released as early as Sunday. The Civil Defense Agency in Gaza says 113 Palestinians have been killed by Israeli strikes since the initial announcement on Wednesday. Hamas attacked Israel on 7th October 2023, killing about 1,200 people and took 251 back to Gaza as hostages. In sport now, Belgium head coach Domenico Tedesco has been sacked after less than 2 years in charge. The Italian-German had been under pressure following a series of disappointing results, with his side winning just 2 of past 10 games. Tedesco's last match in charge saw Belgium slump to 1-0 Nations League defeat against Israel in November and meant the Red Devils finished 3rd in their group. In a statement, the Belgian FA said the national team did not perform as expected in the Nations League and at Euro 2024, where they lost to France at the last 16 stage. Tedesco was appointed in February 2023, taking over the Roberto Martinez following the 2022 World Cup in Qatar. The 39-year-old's tenure started brightly with 13 games unbeaten run, but the Euro 2024 performance was a letdown. And that's it on the news at 4. But just before we go, your vehicle is not a strong room. Please keep your valuables out of view of miscreant. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms: X at Traffic Radio 961, Facebook Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, Instagram Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch our news and programs live on YouTube at Traffic Radio 961. You can also visit our website www.trafficradio961.ng. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration deployed traffic light and CCTV cameras in strategic places in the state? You can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. To end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. Newly elected Speaker of the Lagos State House of Assembly, Mojisola Miranda, has announced new principal officers and pledged to work tirelessly to uphold the principles of transparency, good governance, and other noble tenets the House stands for. The Nigeria Police Force (NPF) has recorded significant success in its ongoing effort to combat crime across the country, with the recent busting of an illegal weapon manufacturing factory in Benue State, the arrest of a notorious cultist in Delta State, and the apprehension of 2 murder suspects in Kebbi State. We also told you that Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has stated that a Gaza ceasefire deal has been agreed with Hamas after overcoming last-minute disputes. Finally, in sport, Belgium head coach Domenico Tedesco has been sacked after less than 2 years in charge. For contact with the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That ends the news broadcast compiled by Adirayo Idowolaya. I am Taiwo Baruwa. Thank you for listening. Good afternoon and welcome